It's funny because I had actually kind of planned on taking a break from my personal music after Inkblood. I kind of wanted to shift focus towards the studio engineering, kind of producing for clients kind of route with my career. Inkblood, that record kind of changed the way I approach my music making. You know, it wasn't just for the sake of making it anymore. Inkblood was a direct response to things that happened in my life. My music sort of became my vehicle for processing those feelings. From the moment I started working on a new project, I knew that whatever I made was gonna have some sort of story to it. In fact, I went through about 3 or 4 different ideas for concept albums. I didn't know until it really started coming together that it would end up being my own story. The Blue Room is the result of me feeling like I just need to be brutally honest with myself. Like, it's like, I have these feelings, I have these parts of my past that I need to make peace with, or at least to try to. It needs to be processed in some sort of way. It can't just stay in here. It has to go somewhere. This record probably wouldn't have even been possible if I hadn't moved into my current space. You know, I'd been living in this shitty apartment for 2 years where I couldn't keep all my stuff there. I had loud neighbors. It wasn't necessarily safe, and the rent went up so much that I just straight up couldn't afford it anymore. It was just it was an environment that proved to be very harmful to my creativity. And you know, when I got this room set up, it was so freeing. Just the ability to just like pick up the drums or like get a guitar plugged in, just to be able to do whatever I wanted pretty much whenever I wanted. It was liberating. Like, I felt the most inspired that I had in years, and I had the most motivation to act on that inspiration that I had in years. As I got further into the vibes of the album, it kind of simultaneously became this homage to my songwriting over the years. You know, I've been releasing songs for almost 10 years now, and some of that material I think maybe deserved a sort of a bonus life or a second chance to just kind of see what it could be like with the skills that I have acquired since I first came up with it so many years ago. You know, it's all about honesty and kind of vulnerability with this record. The Blue Room is me stripping away any sort of facade that I may have put up to hide what I was feeling. It's just here, out in the open for anyone to listen to. I would have to say, if there was one continuous theme throughout the album, it's probably loneliness. Just this permeating feeling of never being able to keep up with the world, feeling like you'll never be enough for people, and kind of just feeling like the world doesn't want you to belong anywhere. It's sort of like the equivalent of like running up to the edge of a cliff and just screaming, just trying to get anyone to hear anything that you're saying. And it's hard not to get bogged down in stuff like that. I mean, it's like story of my life, and it's like you can acclimate and you can be better prepared for it, but it's never gonna not hurt. And you know, you can't just sit there and just do nothing. You know, like my music sort of became my expression of how I was feeling, how things that happen in my life affect me. That's not to say that the record is all doom and gloom. There is this, as much as it is this about this sort of loneliness, there's this sort of sparkle of of hope in there as well. This kind of desire to move forward, to kind of break free of all this bullshit. Kind of just this urge to charge ahead into the future, whatever may lie there. This record is just as much a triumph over hardship as it is kind of a cry for help. The Blue Room is the culmination of my history as a musician, my skills as a producer, as a songwriter, as an audio engineer. It's all kind of led up to this. I think it's easily my best work so far, and if it resonates with even just one person, just one person out there who hears this and says, that's what I'm feeling, I'm not alone, someone out there understands, then if there's one person out there who feels that, then I'll have done what I set out to do.
If only you could see me now, finally standing on my feet, and proving that it's all behind me now, that I can make peace with the shit inside my head. If only you could see me now, without the weight of the world to bear, my brand new sparks flying in the air, the hole in my heart a little smaller as I learn to live without you.
Oh, suddenly we're watching Thor from 2011.
Dutch angle. Whoa.
Is this Battlefield Earth? What's happening?
Dutch angle.
I didn't realize you were filming.
Look at this fucking guy.
I thought you were actually gonna take the picture.